Mama Agba, Part 1. In a quiet village named Awele, lived an old woman called Mama Agba. Everyone feared her, believing she had powers to curse people. Her house was at the edge of the village, hidden by tall trees and thick bushes. Children never played near her home, and even adults avoided passing by her house after dark. Stories spread that she could turn a person into a goat or make crops wither, but nobody really knew if these stories were true or just tales to keep people away. In the same village lived a 14-year-old girl named Nzube. She was brave and curious, always asking questions about the world around her. Unlike others, Nzube did not understand why everyone feared Mama Agba so much. She had never seen the old woman do anything bad. One sunny afternoon, while fetching water from the stream, Nzube decided she would find out for herself if Mama Agba was truly dangerous. One evening, while her parents were asleep, Nzube sneaked out of her house and made her way to Mama Agba's home. The air was cold and the moonlight made shadows dance in the trees. Nzube's heart pounded, but she kept walking. When she finally reached the old woman's door, she raised her hand to knock, but before she could, the door creaked open by itself. Nzube froze, unsure whether to run back home or step inside. To her surprise, Mama Agba was sitting inside, stirring a pot over the fire. She looked up and smiled at Nzube. "Come in, child. I have been expecting you," she said with a voice that was neither harsh nor kind. Nzube hesitated, then stepped inside. To be continued. Please like, share, comment. See you in our next post. Thanks for watching. Story written and narrated by Folktales. Mama Agba, Part 2. She stepped inside, and the door closed silently behind her. Nzube stood in the middle of the small dark room, her eyes darting around, shelves lined the walls, filled with jars of strange things, dried herbs, old stones, and other objects Nzube couldn't recognize. The air was thick with the smell of something healthy and sweet. Mama Agba did not speak for a long time. She kept stirring the pot, humming a soft tune under her breath. Nzube shifted nervously, unsure of what to say or do. Finally, Mama Agba broke the silence. "You're a curious one, aren't you?" she said, not turning to look at Nzube. Nzube swallowed. "I just wanted to know if—" She stopped herself, unsure if she should finish the question. "If I am a witch?" Mama Agba finished for her, turning to face Nzube with a twinkle in her eye. Nzube blushed, embarrassed that she had been so obvious. Mama Agba chuckled softly. "That is what everyone wonders. But tell me, child, do you believe in witches?" Nzube paused, unsure of how to answer. I don't know," she admitted. "I just wanted to find out the truth." Mama Agba nodded slowly. "The truth, you say? Truth is a tricky thing. Sometimes it is not what you expect." She motioned for Nzube to sit by the fire. "Let's see if you are ready to find out." As Nzube sat down, Mama Agba reached into the pot and pulled out a wooden spoon full of thick green liquid. "Drink this," she said, offering the spoon to Nzube. Nzube hesitated. Was this some kind of test? She looked at the spoon, then at Mama Agba, who was watching her closely. Taking a deep breath, Nzube took the spoon and swallowed the liquid. It was bitter and strange, but the moment it slid down her throat, she felt a warmth spread through her body. Suddenly, her vision blurred, and the room around her began to spin. What is happening?" Nzube asked, her voice shaking. Mama Agba smiled. "You are beginning to see." Nzube's head felt light, and the world around her seemed to shift and change. The small room faded away, and suddenly she was standing in the middle of a vast dark forest. The trees loomed tall and twisted, their branches reaching out like claws. A voice echoed through the air. Mama Agba's voice, This is what lies beyond the world, Nzube. This is the unseen. Nzube turned in a cycle, trying to make sense of what she was seeing. Strange lights flickered in the distance, and shadows moved in the corners of her vision. She felt both scared and amazed at the same time. Suddenly, she heard a rustling behind her. Nzube spun around and saw a figure standing among the trees. It was a tall man, cloaked in black, his face hidden in the shadows. "Who are you?" Uzbe called out, her voice trembling. The figure did not answer. He just stood there, watching her. Uzbe took a step back, her heart racing, but before she could do anything else, the world shifted again. To be continued. Please don't forget to like, share, comment. Follow this channel for more stories. See you in our next one. Thanks for watching. Mama Agba Part 3. The figure did not answer. It just stood there watching her. Nzube took a step back, her heart racing, but before she could do anything else, the world shifted again, and she was back in Mama Agba's house, sitting by the fire. She gasped, her heart seemed pounding in her chest. Mama Agba was watching her closely, her expression unreadable. "What was that?" Nzube asked, her voice barely a whisper. Mama Agba did not answer right away. She leaned back in her chair, her eyes flickering with the light of the fire. "That was the edge of the world beyond," she said quietly. "A world not many can see, but you, Nzube, you might be able to." Nzube frowned, confused. "What do you mean?" Mama Agba leaned forward, her eyes locking with Nzube. "There is more to you than you realize, child. You have always felt it, haven't you? That pull, the curiosity. It is because you have the sight, the gift." Nzube shook her head, not understanding. "The sight?" Mama Agba nodded. "You can see what others cannot, but it comes with a price." Nzube's heart pounded in her chest. She did not know what to believe, but deep down she felt that Mama Agba was telling the truth, and the truth scared her. Nzube spent the few days thinking about what Mama Agba had told her. She couldn't stop replaying the vision in her mind. The dark forest, the clock figure. She wanted to know more, but she was also afraid of what she might discover. Finally, she decided to go back to Mama Agba's house. When she arrived, the old woman was sitting on her chair, as if she had been waiting for Nzube all along. "You have come back," Mama Agba said, a hint of amusement in her voice. Nzube nodded. "I need to know more about the site, about what you showed me." Mama Agba's eyes gleamed. "Are you sure, child? Once you start down this path, there is no turning back." Nzube hesitated, but her curiosity was stronger than her fear. "I am sure," she said. Mama Agba smiled. "Very well, but first, there is something I need from you." "What?" Nzube asked, her stomach twisting with unease. Mama Agba smiled, widened. "A promise. If you want to learn the truth, you must swear to follow me, no matter where this path leads. Do you accept?" Nzube swallowed hard. She knew that whatever Mama Agba was asking, it would change her life forever. But she also knew that she couldn't turn back now. "I accept," she whispered. And with that, her journey into the unknown began. To be continued, please don't forget to like, share, comment. Follow this channel for more stories. See you in our next one. Thanks for watching. Story written and narrated by ST Folktales. Mama Agba Part 4. Nzube visited Mama Agba's house every day after that. The older man taught her about herbs, potions, and the strange things that most people in the village did not understand. Nzube was amazed by how much Mama Agba knew. She learned to make teas that could help people sleep and salve that could heal cuts. But still, Nzube wondered about the vision she had seen in the forest. The tall man in black haunted her thoughts. Who was that man in the vision? Nzube asked one day as she and Mama Agba sat by the fire. Mama Agba looked at her with serious eyes. "That is not a man. It is a spirit, a dark one, and it is tied to this village." Nzube heart raised. Is that why people think you are a witch? Because of the spirit? Mama Agba nodded slowly. Yes, they believe I control it, but I do not. It has been here long before me. The spirit is what brings misfortune to the village, sickness, strange noises at night, lost animals, but people are too afraid to face the truth, so they blame me. Nzube felt a chill run down her spine. If it is not you, then how do we stop it? Mama Agba sighed. Stopping a spirit like this is not easy. It feeds on fear, and the more the villagers fear it, the stronger it becomes. Nzube looked down at her hands. She wanted to help, but she was not sure how. Can I do anything? Mama Agba gave her a soft smile. You can. You have the sight. Remember, you can see what others cannot. But you must be brave, Nzube. This spirit is dangerous. Nzube nodded, though her stomach twisted with nerves. She did not know what she was getting herself into, but she knew she had to try. That night, Nzube couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned in her bed, her mind full of thoughts about the spirit. Then, just as she was drifting off, she heard something, a soft whispering sound coming from outside her window. Nzube sat up, her heart pounding. The whispering grew louder and it seemed to be calling her name. Nzube! Nzube! Shivering, she got out of bed and crept to the window. Outside, the village was quiet and the whispering continued. Nzube knew it was not a person, it was the spirit. She wrapped herself in a shawl and slipped out of her house, moving as quietly as she could. The whispering led her to the edge of the village, near the forest. There, standing among the trees, was the same tall, dark figure from her vision. Nzube's breath caught in her throat. She wanted to run, but something kept her rooted to the spot. The figure did not move. It just watched her. What do you want? Nzube whispered, her voice trembling. The figure did not answer. Instead, the whispering grew louder, filling Nzube's mind until she couldn't think straight. She felt dizzy, like the world was spinning around her. Then, just as quickly as it started, the whispering stopped. The figure disappeared into the shadows, and Nzube was left standing alone in the dark. She stumbled back to her house, her heart racing. She knew now that the spirit was real and it was watching her. To be continued, please like, share, comment, and follow this channel for more stories. Thanks for watching. Story written and narrated by ST Folktales. See you in our next one. Mama Agba Part 5. The next day, Nzube ran to Mama Agba's house and told her everything. The spirit spoke to me last night, she said, her voice shaking. It was calling my name. Mama Agba's face grew serious. It is choosing you, Nzube. The spirit knows that you can see it, and now it is trying to lure you into its world. Nzube felt a chill run down her spine. What should I do? Mama Agba stood up and began gathering herbs from her shelf. We must face the spirit, but we can't do it alone. You will need protection. She handed Nzube a small pouch filled with dried leaves and stone. Keep this with you at all times. It will help keep the spirit power at bay. Nzube took the pouch, feeling a little safer with it in her hands, but deep down, she knew the hardest part was yet to come. Over the next few days, strange things began to happen in the village. People heard noises at night and animals started disappearing. The villagers were scared and many of them blamed Mama Agba. It is that old witch doing. One of the men shouted in the village square, she is the one bringing this evil upon us. Nzube wanted to speak up, to tell them the truth, but she knew they wouldn't believe her. They were too afraid to listen. As the tension in the village grew, Nzube knew she and Mama Agba had to act fast. The spirit was getting stronger, and if they do not stop it soon, it might destroy the whole village. Mama Agba and Nzube made a plan. They would confront the spirit in the forest, where is the power was strongest. But They needed a way to weaken it first. There's an old ritual Mama Agba explained. It can trap the spirit, but it is dangerous. We need to be careful. Nzube nodded, her heart pounding. She was not sure she was ready for this, but she knew she did not have a choice. That night, Nzube and Mama Agba ventured into the forest, carrying the herbs and tools they needed for the ritual. The air was thick with fog, and the trees seemed to close in around them. When they reached the clearing, the spirit was waiting. The tall, dark figure stood silently among the trees, its eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. Mama Agba began to chant, her voice strong and steady. She scattered herbs in a circle around them, and the air crackled with energy. The spirit did not move at first, but as Mama Agba chanting grew louder, it let out a low sound, a sound that sent shivers down Nzube's spine. Suddenly, the figure rushed toward them, moving faster than Nzube could see, but the cycle of herbs held it back, trapping it just outside their reach. Nzube's heart raced as she watched the spirit struggle against the barrier. It let out a terrible wail, shaking the ground beneath their feet. Now, Nzube, Mama Agba shouted, "You must finish the ritual." Nzube took a deep breath, her hands trembling. She stepped forward, holding the pouch Mama Agba had given her, and began to recite the words she had learned. The spirit screamed, its form flickering like a dying flame. With one final shout, Nzube completed the ritual. The spirit let out a deafening roar, then dissolved into the air, disappearing into the night. For a moment, everything was still. The forest was quiet again, and the fog began to lift. Nzube turned to Mama Agba, her heart still racing. Is it gone? Mama Agba nodded, a tired smile on her face. Yes, child, it is gone. You have done it. The next morning, the village was peaceful. Again, the strange noises had stopped, and the missing animals returned. The villagers were relieved, but many still believed that Mama Agba had been the cause of their troubles. Nzube knew the truth, though. She had seen the real source of the evil, the spirit that had haunted the village for years. And now, thanks to Mama Agba's help, it was finally gone. As Nzube walked through the village, she felt a sense of pride. She had faced the spirit and survived, but she also felt sad, knowing that Mama Agba would always be misunderstood by the villagers. When Nzube visited Mama Agba that afternoon, the old man smiled at her warmly. You have grown stronger, Nzube. You have faced the darkness and come out of the other side. Nzube smiled back. I couldn't have done it without you. Mama Agba chuckled softly. Perhaps not. But remember, the real power was inside you all along. You were the true one, brave enough to seek the truth. And with that, Nzube left Mama Agba's house knowing that she had discovered more than just the secrets of the witch. She had discovered her own courage and the strength to face the unknown. The village will never know the full story, but Nzube did not mind. She had learned that sometimes the truth was a quiet thing, something known only to those brave enough to seek it out. Wonderful viewers, thanks for watching. This is the final part. If you watch Mama Agba from part 1 to 5, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and follow this channel for more story. See you in our next story. Thanks so much for watching.